$1 billion in unclaimed funds is waiting to be reclaimed in Florida. You might be one of the lucky ones owed a substantial sum by the state. But here's the shocking truth. The government isn't going to come knocking on your door to hand over the cash. In fact, a 2024 study by the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators showed that nearly 1 in 10 Americans are owed unclaimed assets, with the average claimant receiving around $1,200. The Florida Department of Financial Services is holding over $1 billion in unclaimed property, according to researchers at the University of Florida. This staggering amount is a result of various factors, including forgotten bank accounts, unclaimed inheritance, and abandoned safe deposit boxes. The state is required by law to hold onto these assets for a certain period, after which they are transferred to the state treasury. But here's the catch. The government doesn't make it easy to reclaim your money. The process is complex, involving multiple forms, deadlines, and agencies. A 2022 report by the Florida Auditor General found that the state's unclaimed property program was struggling to keep up with the volume of claims, resulting in delayed payments and lost assets. For instance, the Florida Department of Financial Services requires claimants to fill out a notarized form, provide documentation, and meet a specific deadline. Miss one of these steps and your claim could be rejected. The deadline for filing a claim can be as short as 30 days, and the paperwork can be overwhelming. A study by the National Endowment for Financial Education found that 70% of Americans are unable to cover a $1,000 emergency expense, making the recovery of unclaimed assets a vital lifeline. But what if you could tap into this treasure trove of unclaimed funds? What if you could recover the money the government owes you without the hassle and frustration? The key to successful Florida surplus recovery lies in understanding the process and navigating the system. It's essential to stay on top of deadlines, fill out forms correctly, and provide the necessary documentation. Researchers at Harvard found that individuals who worked with a surplus recovery expert were more likely to successfully reclaim their assets. You see, the government has created a complex web of agencies and forms designed to keep the surplus funds out of your hands. But with the right knowledge and expertise, you can outsmart the system and recover the money you're owed. A 2023 report by the Florida legislature found that the state's unclaimed property program was in need of reform, with many claimants experiencing difficulty in navigating the system. The first step to claiming your surplus funds is to search the Florida Department of Financial Services database. This database contains a list of all unclaimed assets, including forgotten bank accounts, unclaimed inheritance, and abandoned safe deposit boxes. But be warned, the database is not always up to date, and the search process can be time-consuming. According to the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, only 10% of unclaimed assets are claimed each year. Once you've found your name on the list, you'll need to fill out a claim form and provide documentation. This is where the process gets tricky. The form must be notarized, and the documentation must be accurate and complete. A study by the Federal Trade Commission found that 1 in 5 consumers experience errors on their credit reports, highlighting the importance of accurate documentation. But here's the thing. The government doesn't make it easy to get the documentation you need. You'll need to contact banks, financial institutions, and other agencies to get the necessary paperwork. And if you're not careful, you could end up missing a deadline or filling out the form incorrectly. A 2022 survey by the American Bankers Association found that 60% of banks reported an increase in unclaimed assets, highlighting the need for individuals to take action. So, how can you ensure that you recover the money the government owes you? The answer lies in understanding the Florida surplus recovery process and navigating the system. You'll need to stay on top of deadlines, fill out forms correctly, and provide the necessary documentation. Researchers at the University of California found that individuals who worked with a financial advisor were more likely to achieve their financial goals. The key to successful Florida surplus recovery is to be proactive and persistent. Don't wait for the government to come to you. Take control of the process and reclaim your rightful assets. With the right knowledge and expertise, you can unlock a new stream of revenue and take control of your financial future. Subscribe to learn how to recover money the government owes you.